in this case, you handpick students to fit the purpose of the National Science and Maths Quiz. Nobody goes there to go and fail. No. If your aim is to go there and fail, then don't start in the first place. You see, life is not only in the classroom. You graduate school one day, as I am about to graduate. You graduate one day, you come out, come and face life. Life is not, you know, pen and paper. No, it is here that you not just win National Science and Maths Quiz and that's it. It will interest you to know that National Science and Maths Quiz is trending. Yes, guys, National Science and Maths Quiz is trending. Kind courtesy Rachel Odru. Rachel Odru is a student of Nsein Senior High School in Nsein. So this YouTuber went to that school because they are coming to have an activity in the school. So apparently the one who interviewed her also went to that school, asking this girl questions, and I observed a few things. I've put in some notes here down so that I would dissect it. But let me just say that this rich love girl, is very confident. First of all, in Ghana, you're not trained to be that, confident and gigi. Even if you are that, you have to tone it down because stereotypes and all those and all those and all those. So yes, first and foremost, she has a nice voice. She's very articulate. She's confident, and I think that's a plus to her. Okay, so now the first thing that she said in that video was that the National Science and Maths Quiz is a show. Now this is my take. So I believe that everything that is on TV or even establishment businesses and all those things, they have their aim, and even individuals actually have their purpose of doing things. So if you say it is a show, to some extent yes, and to some extent it can be no, because if if you don't see it to be a show, you think because it is school wise, it is geared towards education, you think that, oh, it's not a show and all that. But bear in mind that I've already established the fact that institutions, shows, reality, whatever, even individuals, we have our purpose of existence. Secondly, she established that the students are biologically smart, intelligent, brilliant, and all that. See, I think this fact is a fact. There are some students that are academically inclined. They are smart, they are intelligent. I don't know, you won't know how those people study. It's like they are so swift. I feel like they are graced in that area. So if you just explain a thing or two to them, they just get it. Not, some people that you have to keep hammering, explaining, they have to see the things on the board, they have to see the letters, dancing, and all those things. See, they are slow learners and they are fast learners, yes, but at the end of the day, everybody will, fit where they are out to fit. Right? Yeah, so it is true. Now, if I'm going to sell a product, I'm not going to, let's say I'm going to sell bleaching products. It is wise that I sell, maybe this may not be a best example, but it is advisable that I sell this product to people who are dark, who want to be fair. Now, people who are fair already may purchase, but it won't be as much as people who are dark who want to bleach. So it is just wisdom. But you pick people who are academically there already. You just do some small polishing in it. You send them off to the market. Now, this world, everything is market based, guys. So that is my take on that. And she mentioned schools like Presec, Frempe, Achimota, Adesadel. Okay, she mentioned two, but I added this few to say that these schools are built in the you know olden days, not olden days, but in the colonial days, where our slave masters built these schools, and honestly, they put a lot of energy into those schools. Even the infrastructure, you can see that those schools, the buildings are quality. They are not going to collapse anytime soon. But the ones that are recently, built, they collapse in no time. This girl really made some salient points, and people want to enroll their wards in those schools. At least I think one is for influence. Okay, everybody wants influence. See, some days ago, a friend of mine, we were just saying, she was saying that if you have the opportunity to go to these big schools, you have influence. Yes, you have exposure. So you see, there are perks to everything, in my opinion. See, because you see how and where you start life, okay, in this context, school also adds value to you. In my recent video, I talked about I am proud that I'm a student of University of Ghana, yada yada yada. The influence alone and all those things, it all counts, right? It counts, but understand that people have agenda, people have motives of doing things. And like I said, it is grace. If you have grace in that regard, then you're lucky. Like the Rasta guy who, you know, had issues going to Achimota and all those things. The guy got all A's, I mean A's in chains. So you can see that this is somebody who is already, you know, happy. Okay, now the next thing she said was GES not doing their best. So if it is the case that a particular school, and she also, before I make the point I'm about to make, let me say this. She also said no school has been able to win the quiz consistently for 5 times. It will tell you that you know it is not as though they have uh because you see most of the times you cannot get all brilliant students in one school. It doesn't work like that. You get those who have very high IQ in that order, in the descending order, right? All being in the same place. So that is how come you can't get a school winning it consistently, because other schools like Prempeh, Alessandro, and like St. Augustine, all those things, they also have those students there that they are preparing to also come and champion the course. So my dear, that is the reality on the ground. And she buttressed this point by saying that if that is the case, if they are claiming that they have brilliant people in their school, then GES is not doing a good job, because why would GES send only superhuman teachers to only those schools? So you see, the point is that the teachers have their part, their students also have their part. So if you are fortunate to get a student who is already good, your workload is reduced basically. Okay, your workload is drastically reduced. But if you get a student that is not up there, it's not the student's fault. The student will do what he or she has to do. The teacher also has to do what he or she has to do. At the end of the day, the two efforts will come together, and with the grace of God, you achieve the result you want to achieve. But the point is, if the students you are handling, in this case, you handpick students to fit the purpose of the national science and math school, nobody goes there to go and fail. No. If your aim is to go there and fail, then don't start in the first place. So, like I said, it is choice, it's a choice. And if you want your school to represent, it means that you have the resources, you have the people. You are going to spend energy and time depending on the students that you have. Moving on. And yeah, so she said GES will not do a good job, or they're not doing a good job if that is the case. So they should spread all those intelligent teachers to across. And I think it is fair for her to say that. The next one, she said, critical thinkers. See, so in her school, students are trained to be critical thinkers, not to compete. See, for me, for example, I don't like competitions. Why? Because um, competitions, if you don't have the grace for it, if you're not naturally endowed in that aspect, it makes you feel like you're a loser, you're a failure. Meanwhile, when you are put like, is it like putting a fish on land? It won't thrive, it won't survive. But when you put a fish in water, that is the jurisdiction, that is where it is created for. So you cannot also send a cat into the river. No, it can't work. A cat is supposed to be on land where it can, run, it can stretch, it can do, or a cheetah, right? Or is it a cheetah now? Cheetah, okay, I think so. Yeah, so a cheetah on land is one of the fastest animals, right? If not the fastest. But you can't go and put a cheetah in water and expect a cheetah to swim like a fish. It won't work, guys. It will not work. So, um, according to her, her school trains, the Nsein Senior High School now, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Senior High School trains students to be critical thinkers, to fit in the society and all that. Yes, that is good. You see, that is why you have to know where sometimes you put yourself, because influence is good, but if you don't control influence, if you don't manage influence, it can turn you into something else. All you'll be thinking about is results, 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 and you forget about the process. Process is very important. See, now the world is turning into a place where nobody is caring about process again. We are all thinking about results. But the truth of the matter is that the process is what makes you last. So if those schools, are after results, they might as well, be mindful about the process. All right, that you not just win national science and maths and that's it. Now I've also realized that people who have high IQ hardly do well in life. So they only score on the papers, and when it comes to like living, you see, life is not only in the classroom. You graduate one day, as I am about to graduate, come out to come and face life. Life is not, you know, pen and paper. No, it is here. I'm doing this, I said I'm holding a gun. It's about critical thinking, it's about soft skills, it's about life skills, it's about, it is a total different ball game when it comes to classroom issues and, you know, outside world, right? So yes, that's my observation by the way. And she also made a point of dishonesty in our country. Now she also made a salient point that you see all those big schools, a black man will not invest in such if he or she will not reap from that, and that is also true to some extent or a large extent. Yeah, so now she said that people from those schools, institutions, they come out, they go and steal, government money, they build their own companies, and they look for honest people to manage. Guys, what can I say to this? See, my point is that our being or our existence in life is not only tied to one thing. It's not tied to our money, it's not tied to our influence, it's not tied to our job, it's not tied to our school. If you tie your life to something, you see, it will become the totality of your life, which shouldn't be so. Right? So yes, it's good to have influence because now that is what the world is going into. It is good to have, benefits or how can I better put it? Benefits, or privilege. Yes, that's what I want to say. From the little experience I've had out of life, you don't hang your life on a particular thing. If anything be the case, see, I am me, I am a Jesus girl, I'm a firm believer of Christ. You see, everything you have, it should rest on Christ because it can be here today, tomorrow is gone. Whether you are privileged or less privileged, whatever you are. The people who attended those influential schools, they face trials. The people who didn't attend, they also face trials. So in any ways, life is balanced any way you see it. Now let me draw these conclusions. National science and math quiz does not define anybody. See, me, that is why I don't envy people. Why? Because if I see you doing good in the area, I respect you so much because I know you have a grace for it. All these pageantry, all those things, how long do they last? Yes, you get the influence for a short time. The rest, nobody cares about you again. It's just like marriage. When you're coming to marry, everybody is happy, excited, and all those things. But the next wedding is coming on the next weekend. People are forgetting your own. They are moving on. So if you make your life a sum total of a particular thing, you will be so sorry. So to me, I'll say that anything in this world, not only science, national science and math quiz, anything in this world does not define who you are. Sometimes you don't even get the desired results you want. Just like you said that no school has been able to win it 5 times in a row. So you can decide to go there and go and win, and you become the fifth or fourth or whatever. So that thing does not define anybody. See, all the people that we were in class with, those intelligent people, nice, yes, I appreciate them. I celebrate their grace, but most of them are, struggling with life because their life only evolved around the classroom, around the book. Now, I want to also say that every event has an agenda. I've already stated that, so I'm not going to elaborate on it. And then it's also okay to have privileges. Yes, it's okay to have privileges, guys. If you have the privilege, you use it because the next moment you don't know whether that privilege will be there. If you are with your parents, it's a privilege. My dad is no more, so I don't have that privilege of having a biological father anymore. So if you have any privilege, enjoy it. Make sure you use the influence and the privilege for the right things. Because the day that those things are not there, you will regret not using them wisely. Okay. But one day, so the privilege and the less privilege will meet. See, whether you are in a senior high school or you are in these influential schools, at least adults, St. Augustine's, Achimota, and all those things, one day, so all of you are going to meet. And whatever was deposited in you is going to come out. Like she said, they train their children to be, or their learners to be, add value to society. And at the end of the day, when you finish school, your aim is to, or the goal, ultimate goal is to add value. It is no more about you. A life that is lived for you and only you is a life that is going nowhere. Got me anyway. Yeah, so this is the few things that I have to say All right. So whether you went to Mangwase or Bodebebo, Ngum, and all those things, learn. The most important thing is you went there to learn. So learn. One day, so those who went to those big schools, which were privileged, and you as well will meet, and everybody will display whatever content they have in them. That's the most important thing. So on that note, you can also go and watch the video, like I said, high school, um, high school Africa YouTube channel. And then the man who interviewed her is called Bosch. Is it Bosch or Bost? Guys, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and then see you guys in my next one. Guys, bye.